All right, hello, it is Phil and Heather, and we are in downtown Chattanooga. We had a couple hours to kill, and we decided to try to do a little nighttime city photography. Our first stop is right here at the Tivoli Theatre, which is just a fantastic venue. We like to come and hear the Black Jacket Symphony play here, amongst other things that perform here. But we're going to try to get a photograph of the front of the Tivoli. Okay, here's the shot at the Tivoli. I've got it at f/14 ISO 100 with a 1-second exposure, and I'm shooting right off of this puddle. So I'm getting the Tivoli sign with that flickering T. Because of the 1-second exposure, you can't see the flicker. It is a little darker than the rest. And I'm getting the sign again in the reflection down here. So I think it's going to be a pretty cool shot. It was pretty windy, so the reflection's not perfect, but otherwise, the jewel of the South, the Tivoli Theatre, looks pretty good in these photos. I was pleased. You know, the Tivoli Theatre has been around since 1921, so it's nearly 100 years old. And a little bit later in this video, I'm going to make a photograph of something much, much newer. But we were really pleased with our Tivoli Theatre shots. Okay, I think the Tivoli Theatre location was a good call for sure. I think we got some pretty neat stuff here, and now we're going to go try to find someplace else to stop and make some Chattanooga nighttime photos. All right, we are at location number 2. We're on Walnut Street now, and we are walking right in front of the brand new Edwin Hotel. If I can get it in the picture. That's the Edwin Hotel. It's brand new. There used to be a dentist office there, and now it's a fancy hotel. The Edwin Hotel opened in Chattanooga in 2018, and you absolutely cannot beat the location. I just checked, and rooms go anywhere from $224 a night up to $599 a night. And I think it may be worth it, because that is a great hotel at a great location. I want to show you really quickly how I made this high dynamic range image. I used bracket mode on the Z6, and for the first image right here on the far top left, I have it set in terms of my manual settings at pretty much the correct exposure, and then I did a 5 auto exposure bracket where the first picture is the way you have it set to expose. The next picture is 2 stops underexposed, and this is to me the most important one, because this is where the wood on this roof section or ceiling section, I guess, of the Edwin Hotel really shows up good, and this 2 stops underexposed. Then the next image is 1 stop underexposed. The next image is 1 stop overexposed, and that's where you begin to get a little bit of detail over here. And the next image after that is 2 stops overexposed. More detail over here. It's still not bright daylight looking over here, but it's a night shot, so it shouldn't look like that. But you still get some detail here that you wouldn't get. Let's go all the way back. With that one, you don't get as much detail here as you do out of this picture. So you take those 5 shots, and by the way, this one down here, number 6, is the fully completed HDR. HDR is high dynamic range and edited. But let me show you how you put these together in Photoshop. It's really easy. Photo merge, HDR. And after a brief period of time, this preview will come up. Just click merge, and you'll see up here in the top it's working on putting them together. I don't have the fastest computer in the world. Looking at it again, the first is normally exposed, second's 2 under, third's 1 under, fourth is 1 over, fifth is 2 over, and now it has generated this image right here, this is still not the final image, but this is the version of it that I edited to make this, which is the final image. You know, I did regular contrast and that sort of adjustments to go from that to that, but I don't think I could have gone from this to this. I needed all the data from these, or especially this one. And even, you know, look here at the top left, see how this is bright? If you look at these, it's dark in that one, it's dark in that one, it's dark in that one. It probably took the data from that one and maybe even this one just to even up this light on this wood. So it needed data from all of them, I believe, to make this picture. But anyway, that's how I made, you know, if you hear somebody say this is an HDR photo, you might wonder how in the world they did it, or you may know, but if you didn't, this will give you an idea. You take some regularly, some under, and some overexposed pictures and combine them all together and use the best parts of them all to make one image. But if you look the other way, there is the Market or Walnut Street pedestrian bridge, which used to be a bridge for vehicles years and years ago, and then it was closed to all traffic, and then they opened it back up, renovated it and opened it back up as a pedestrian bridge, and it's just absolutely beautiful, and it's one of the really famous things about Chattanooga. And we're going to try to do a little photography of the bridge from the bridge tonight. I was hoping the surface of the bridge is wooden, and I was hoping that it would be wet to try to get some reflection. I think that'll look better than when the wood's just dry and kind of bland. So it's looking pretty good so far. There's the bridge in the background. So let's see if we can get a picture of it. This is by far my least favorite photo of the night. I almost didn't publish it at all, but I thought I would put it in the video so you would at least have an idea of what I was trying to do. And by the way, the Walnut Street Bridge was constructed in 1890. Starting to get a little rain now, so we're going to call it a night. I don't think we got too much good from the bridge, but at least the shot at the Tivoli was okay, I believe, and maybe my first attempt at photographing the Edmund Hotel will be fine. Which right now we're kind of over here on this little walkway near the glass bridge right over Riverside Drive. Say good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Thanks for watching.